In the sun-drenched backlot of Austin's Soundstage 4, there's a particular buzz in the air. Cast trailers hum with quiet excitement, wardrobe racks shuffle with the promise of new chapters, and scripts are marked up with bold notes. At the center of this brewing storm of creativity stands Danny Klein, creator of Georgie and Mandy's first marriage, grinning like he knows something the rest of us don't, which, of course, he does. Fresh off the runaway success of Season 1, which followed the chaotic, heartfelt, and often hilarious beginnings of Georgie Cooper and Mandy McAllister's early marriage, Season 2 promises to crack open new emotional layers. But fans are holding their breath after the final moments of the Season 1 finale, when Georgie made a life-altering decision that sent shockwaves through the Cooper family and the fandom. "We're not going back to normal," Klein tells me, leaning back in a creaky director's chair on set. "We're writing a new normal." Georgie's decision at the end of last season changes everything. For the uninitiated, the show spins off from the beloved young Sheldon, anchoring itself in the early adult life of Georgie Cooper, Sheldon's older brother, as he navigates early fatherhood, blue-collar life, and a whirlwind marriage with Mandy, a character who quickly became a fan favorite thanks to her sharp wit and quiet resilience. The decision that changed everything in the Season 1 finale, after months of struggle, near divorce, and eventually, a renewal of vows in the most Cooper-esque fashion, read, in a garage, with Missy officiating via TikTok livestream, Georgie stunned viewers by declining a lucrative offer to work in Dallas, choosing instead to stay in Medford and open a small garage of his own. "It wasn't just about the job," Klein explains. "That moment was about Georgie choosing identity over ambition, family over fantasy. And that choice is going to have ripple effects." Season 2 picks up 3 months later, and things are complicated. Mandy steps into the spotlight. Klein teases that the life-changing decision won't only shape Georgie's arc, it's going to challenge Mandy in profound ways. "We've spent a season understanding Mandy as a mother, as a wife, as someone trying to survive this rollercoaster Georgie's put her on," Klein says. "This year, we explore what happens when she asks, 'What do I want?'" Mandy, played with deft charm and depth by Emily Jordan, has long been the show's emotional anchor. Her post-college life was derailed by an unplanned pregnancy and an even more unexpected romance. But now, as Georgie digs into his new business, Mandy finds herself standing still. "There's a moment in episode 2, Klein says, where Mandy walks into the local radio station to pick up a lost diaper bag, and walks out with a job offer. It's not something she was looking for, but it's exactly what she needed. That unexpected job, producing a late-night advice show for a sleepy AM station, becomes the surprise engine of Season 2. As Mandy reconnects with her pre-baby self, she begins offering advice to others while finally learning to listen to her own inner voice. "It's hilarious," Klein laughs, "but it's also deeply real." Mandy's discovering that being a good mother doesn't mean losing the rest of herself. A family in flux. While Georgie and Mandy's world expands, the Cooper clan remains tightly woven into the series. Missy, now a sarcastic teen who refers to Georgie as Mr. DIY Baby Daddy, becomes a scene stealer, while Mary, still mourning George Sr., continues to hover between overbearing and well-meaning. Perhaps the most intriguing return is Mima, Annie Potts, whose recent heartbreak and financial ruin lead her to move into the garage apartment above Georgie and Mandy's home, bringing her wisdom, sass, and the occasional illegal poker night back into the mix. Mima's arc this season is one of unexpected grace, Klein hints. She's the last person who expected to be a dependent, and that tension brings out a whole new vulnerability. As for Sheldon, don't expect cameos just yet, but there's a quiet nod to the prodigy when Mandy's radio show receives a mysterious call from a Shelley from Pasadena. More than a sitcom, what sets Georgie and Mandy's first marriage apart from its predecessor isn't just the tone, it's the ambition. While young Sheldon was often nostalgic, this show aims to be transformational. It explores the real messiness of young adulthood, especially for people who don't have the luxury of endless options. "We don't glamorize anything," Klein says. "It's love, but it's love when the baby's crying, the fridge is empty, and the rent is late. That's real, and that's worth showing." Fan reactions and forward momentum. The show has earned praise for its balance of humor and honesty, with particular acclaim for Jordan's performance as Mandy and the writing's sensitivity toward the often overlooked story of young, working-class parents. And the fans are invested. Social media lit up after Georgie's Season 1 decision, with hashtags like #StayInMedford and #GarageOfDreams trending in early 2025. Still, Klein remains tight-lipped about one potential bombshell, the possibility of another child. Let's just say, he smirks, there's more than one kind of surprise coming this season. Looking ahead as production continues on Season 2, set to premiere this fall, there's an electric confidence in the air. This isn't just another spin-off coasting on nostalgia. Georgie and Mandy's first marriage is carving out its own space. At its core, Klein reflects, this is a show about people trying to build a life, not a fantasy life, but a real one. With cracked drywall and dirty onesies and fights at 3 a.m. and through all that, they choose each other. That's what makes it beautiful. Season 2 of Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage premieres October 3rd on CBS and Paramount+. One thing is certain. Love, like a transmission, takes work, and this couple is just getting started. Let me know if you'd like a mock-up version for a magazine page or a follow-up interview with the cast.